Hello and welcome to the Lake District Yogi. My name's Kat. Today's yoga is going to be a really nice chilled flow. We're going to get into all parts of the body. It's going to be nice and warming, but it's going to be quite slow and chilled, so perfect for a slower day or a day when you don't necessarily feel hugely energized, but you want to get deeply into your body and ground yourself. So just have a sip of my tea and we'll get started. We're going to start today in child's pose. So if you make your way round onto your mat, before you let the torso come down, separate the knees nice and wide, and then maybe really kind of sway your way down. So make it slow, make it mindful, walk the hands out, and then when you're ready, place the forehead down. And then just settle here for a few breaths. Really allow yourself to land fully into presence, fully onto your mat, fully into your breath and body. And then just take 2 or 3 really nice full breaths, nice and slow, in and out through the nose. Just allowing this beginning time just to be a time to really arrive. And then gently lift the head, keep the arms where they are. Take the right arm, thread it underneath the left, palm up, and then slide it away and notice how your shoulder, your right shoulder will come down to the ground and your right temple. Settle in here. If you would rather, you can keep the arms exactly where they are and place the forehead down. So it's just a slightly different sensation. So just see which one feels good today. And then slowly lift the head again, slide that right arm out, send it forward. Take the left arm, thread it underneath the right, and then let the sort of hand move away and the shoulder just comes down sort of naturally and organically the more we move the arms through. And then settle down again to either your temple or your forehead. And gently lifting the head, sliding the left arm out. Let both arms go long again. One more full round of breath here. And then keeping the arms forward, keeping the hands glued to the mat, start to lift the hips. When you get sort of almost to kind of all fours, just bring the knees together a little. And then keep moving forward of the wrists, just to give the wrists a little stretch. And then coming back, maybe tuck the toes as you send the hips back to the heels. And keep going like this as you breathe in, coming forward of the wrists. Exhale, setting the hips back to the heels. Maybe drawing the chin to the chest to create a little round in the spine. Maybe going a little deeper each time. Until eventually, maybe the hips sink all the way forward. Couple more rounds just like this. So really beginning to wake up the spine and create some fluidity here. And finding some joy in this sort of expansive movement. Okay, next time you come forward, just stop in the middle, move your hands, maybe your knees, find that regular all fours, untuck the toes. Drop the belly, lift the gaze as you take a nourishing breath in. Press the ground away as you round the spine to the ceiling. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, press the earth away, chin to the chest. One more like this, letting the belly drop, letting the heart shine between the upper arms. And then pressing into the earth as you round the spine to the ceiling. Gently come back to that neutral spine. And then we'll send the left arm forward and the right leg back. So coming straight into a balance here. So lightly start to engage the lower belly. It'll really help with stability. Find your drishti, your gaze point, somewhere unmoving that you can softly focus the gaze. If you'd like to, you could reach behind, find the foot, and then pull hand into foot, foot into hand, and lift. If you're doing that option, when you let go, do it gently. Don't just kind of let the leg ping back. And then we'll bring that hand and knee down. One more round of cat and cow just to reset the spine on your own breath. And then we will send our right arm forward and left leg back. So again, drawing in that lower belly, lightly engaging the core for stability. And then either staying here, or if you wish, reach behind, find that foot in space, and lift. Again, letting go gently, returning to your balance. Hands and knee down. Tuck the toes and move your way into a squat at the back of your mat. And again, just like we went into child's pose at the beginning in a kind of meandering way, you can kind of meander your way into this squat. You can plant the hands and really kind of sway from side to side, just really settling into the hips here. And then you can keep the hands on the ground, or if you wish, you can bring them to your heart, pressing the elbows into the knees and the knees into the elbows. Finding that balance, and again, find your gaze point and steady your breath. Okay, if you have your hands at your heart, bring the fingertips down to the ground. Start to lift the hips a little, turn the feet so they're parallel, and then straighten the legs, or make, that direction. They don't have to be completely straight. And find your forward folds. We've got nice wide feet here. You can hold your opposite elbows. Find any amount of sway. And find stillness. Plant the left hand underneath your nose, so it could be your fingertips or the flat of your palm. Bend your left knee a lot and open up your right arm. Peel it to the ceiling. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, let that right hand come down. Bend the right knee a lot and peel the left arm open. We're going to keep moving like this on the breath. So left hand down, bend left knee, peel open, and let the movement start at the shoulder. Shoulder, elbow, fingers. And right hand down, bend the right knee, shoulder, elbow, fingers. One more time on each side. Shoulder, elbow, fingers, just unfurling that arm. Lean back into that top shoulder and bring that hand down, shoulder, elbow, fingers. And then let the hand come down again. Find that forward fold one more time. And then slowly press into the feet, uncurl the body. Come all the way up to standing, let the arms follow. Nice wide-based Tadasana. Let the arms meet overhead. And slowly draw the hands down to the heart and then keep going. Fold all the way back forward. Your fingers find the floor. Walk yourself out to a downward dog. So you might need to adjust your hands and feet here. And enjoy settling into this downward dog. So you can pedal the feet as much as you need. Spreading nice and wide through the fingers, really gluing the hands to the mat. Keeping a bend in the knee if you need. But enjoying having some exploration time here. And gently find stillness. We're going to step our right foot to the outside of our right hand. If you need to come to your knees first, if you find it easier to do it that way, by all means do that. If you want to extend the right leg out first, do that. Any way that you get there. So when your right foot is outside your right hand, you can lower that left knee down. You can be on flat palms or fingertips. Blocks are a really good tool here if you have them. And we're just going to stay here just for a couple of breaths. Just allowing the hips to move forward and down, but only a little, just as much as is perfectly sort of easeful within your range of movement. You could sway. I'm automatically swaying. I'm really into this at the moment, this finding this beautiful movement, even kind of in the stillness. And then we'll take our right hand and we'll just place it on our right knee and come onto the outside edge of that right foot and just have a little explore here, gently opening into that hip. If the movement here again feels easeful and comfortable, you can turn your torso towards your right knee, almost letting this left hip kind of sink towards the ground and look round over your right shoulder. But if that feels comfortable, otherwise stay with the shoulders forward, just easing into that right hip. And then slowly bring the foot flat and we'll push the hips back into a kind of version of half splits, but we're still in that kind of lizard shape with our right foot on the outside of our right hand and finding any amount of fold over that leg or kind of into that space. You can move with the breath, so lifting on the inhale, folding on the exhale. And then rebend that front leg, move the hands back forward, ground that left hand, tuck the toes and lift the back knee off the ground, and then open into an easy twist, right hand to the ceiling. And then make your way into a side plank. So you can bring the bottom knee down if you want to modify this, or you can place the right foot on the ground in front of the left foot, or stack the feet one on top of the other. Really press into the earth, lift the hips, feel the strength in your arm, reach into the tips of the right fingers, and then slowly come round into plank. and either come right back to downward dog, just lift the hips, or move through your flow, through your cobra or your upward dog, back to downward dog. We'll do that on the other side. So again, if you want to drop to your knees first, or plant, extend the left leg behind you, step the foot to the outside of your left hand, lower your left knee, and just spend a couple of breaths arriving here, feeling into the hips, just letting them naturally settle. And then we'll take the left hand to the inside of the left knee and just start to, well, open it up, but it's a really gentle, it's a feeling your way in. That's kind of key. Imagine that you are in a dark place and you're feeling with your hands for the way to go. It's that kind of awareness and care that we need to bring to things like this. But again, if it feels good and you want to kind of turn the torso that way, letting that right hip move towards the earth, you can look over your left shoulder. You can go in as deep as you want, basically. Slowly come back to flat hands. And then we'll send the hips back into our half splits, sliding the hands towards your body. Staying up tall or folding, entirely up to you. Maybe flowing a little with the breath. Just finding any amount of juicy movement. And again, just feel. Feel for where there's resistance. Feel for when your body says, that's the spot, that's the juicy spot, or that's enough. I do not want to go any further than that. Unless we feel our way in, gently and listen closely, then we miss that vital piece of information. And slowly rebend the front leg, come forward, plant the right hand, lift the back knee off the floor, and then peel open that top arm, finding that easy twist. Okay, from here we're going to make our way into some version of side plank, so you can bring the bottom knee down. Remember, you can have both feet on the ground, or you can stack the feet, press into the earth, lift the hips. I know I've got a really loose jumper on today. It's a very chilly day, but my hips are kind of almost sort of bananaed a little bit. And then find plank. Engage the core lightly. Either move back to downward dog or travel through your flow. Back to your downward dog. Settle in here for a breath. And then we'll step the right foot between the hands this time. So again, if you want to lift it out behind you first. And then seal that back heel down and open up into Warrior Two. Take a breath and settle in here. So make sure you can see your toes past your front knee, stretching to the tips of all of your fingers. Gently tip back, reverse your warrior. Keep the legs exactly where they are. Rainbow forward, elbow to the front knee, side angle pose. This time reverse your triangle, so straighten that front leg. And then find Warrior Two one more time, just for a breath. And then swivel the back foot, find that lunge, back knee off the ground, just pause here, just to feel into the hips again. And then step back to downward dog. And then step the left foot between the hands, seal that back heel down, open up into Warrior Two. Settle in here. Reconnect with your breath, reconnect with your mind if it's wandered. Come back to this mat, this next inhale, this feeling in your body, sending the energy to all fingers, and then gently leaving the legs where they are. Find your reversed warrior. And rainbow over to your side angle. Keep that elbow really light, a light touch on your knee. This time reverse your triangle, straighten the front leg. Come back to warrior two just for a breath. And then rainbow the hands to the front, frame the foot, come back up onto the toes and just pause here. Feel into the hips. Feel into the strength in your body. And then come back to downward dog. Okay, tip forward, roll through the spine, find plank, and move through your vinyasa. With the knees down, if you are modifying this, through cobra or up dog and back to downward dog. Okay, from here we make our way to a seat, so you can come to the knees and swing the legs round, or you can hop your way down. Have both legs out in front of us. Feel that nice grounding. Feel the press down into the earth to kind of feel that rebound energy that helps lift the spine, create a great joyful feeling of spaciousness without creating like a ramrod spine where everything becomes tense. Just let everything just sort of lift and feel an uplift of mood and joy and spirit at the same time, maybe. That's what we're aiming for. Okay, when you're ready, we'll fold over our legs. If you wish to bring your arms overhead first, that's fine. And then what we're looking for as we hinge is that edge. What we call in yoga our edge. It's that where you've reached the edge of your range of movement and you stop there. Simple as that. And that's where you do your work. Somebody else may have a different range of movement, but when they reach their edge, they're also doing their work. So it's all good. And then you can find somewhere for the hands. It could be that they're resting on the mat on your thighs. It could be that you're holding your feet. Again, it doesn't make any difference. It's just an opportunity to make a really nice connection with your body. And then refine that breath and let all your awareness rest there. Just feel the breath flowing in and out of the nose. Feel everything beginning to soften and settle. Slowly, slowly let yourself come back up. Bring the soles of the feet together. You can hold onto the ankles and just let the heart shine forward just for a moment. Imagine the love and the light in your own heart just beaming out into the world. And I know that might seem like a bit of a naff image, but I really believe if every single one of us focuses in our day-to-day life on spreading as much of that light and joy that we can, then collectively we are going to start to make a difference. Okay, next time you breathe out, let yourself fold forward. It could be 0.5 centimeter, or it could be, that you can come a long way down again. Does not make any difference. Keep the spine long if you can avoid rounding. And then find somewhere for the hands or the arms. Close the eyes maybe. Again, just you and your breath. Very slowly begin to come up. Just find a nice cross-legged shape. Place the hands on the knees. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, move into a twist, left hand to right knee, right hand behind. Sweep the arms overhead, twist the other way, right hand to left knee, left hand behind. One last time, sweep the arms overhead, draw the hands down through the midline. Let them rest at your heart, maybe bow your head in. Just thanking yourself for taking this time for you, for coming to your mat and enjoying some gentle movement and some slow breathing. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you are well wherever you are. If you enjoyed this video, please do the like, subscribe and share. It does make all the difference in getting this little pocket of yoga love out into the world. So from my home to yours and from my heart to yours, sending lots and lots of love, and I will see you again soon. Bye.